Dani Danon's with me, ambassador, former ambassador to the United Nations, Likud member of the Knesset and chairman of World Likud. A straightforward question for a straightforward answer. Ambassador, will you vote for these reforms in their current form?
It will not be the current form. We are a democracy. We are in the middle of the process. And I believe when we'll talk, maybe we'll come again, Richard, to Tel Aviv in 2 weeks or 3 weeks' time, you will see that it will be a different reform. There will be changes to the reform, and I will support the reform because we were elected 3 months ago exactly for that.
But in its current form, do you find its current form acceptable?
I have experience in the Knesset. I am there since 2009. When you start the legislation, it never ends the same way. That's why I'm sure the current situation will not stay the same. There will be a compromise. Maybe we'll do it with the opposition, or maybe we will do it ourselves. We will amend the suggestions, but we will move forward with the changes in the legal system.
Nobody, I think, doubts the right of the government to make changes. I think you're right.
The right or the duty?
Well, the point I'm saying is you were elected with a mandate for change. I think what people are saying here is this is throwing the baby out with the bathwater, jumping over the cliff and shooting yourself in both feet.
So I think the content of the reform makes sense. And by the way, also leaders from the opposition like Lapid offered similar suggestions in the past. You can argue about the process. And I told my colleagues from the Likud, let's take our time. We are right. We have the support of the public. We have the majority in the Knesset. Let's take our time.
Do you believe that the Supreme Court should have the last say in terms of legality? Or do you believe that, whether by a supermajority or a simple majority, that the Knesset should be able to overrule the Supreme Court?
I believe in the independence of the Supreme Court. But when it comes to determine about values, not about legal rights, about values, the Knesset, we were elected to represent the will of the people, so we should decide. Why 10 justices know better than 120 members of Knesset who were elected by millions? So it doesn't make sense that we will vote and a day later the Supreme Court will overrule our decisions.
What about this idea that you're all, half the measures are designed to keep the Prime Minister out of prison?
It has nothing to do with that. The reform will not affect the court case of Prime Minister Netanyahu. We all know that.
So when are you, and we've heard from Shlomo Dovrat and you're going to hear from others, when you hear from VCs and tech saying they will leave and the governor of the bank says it will harm, why does it appear as if no one's listening in government?
I'm listening to them. I respect their opinions, but you know, economy, when you create the perception, it becomes reality. That's why we have to address the issue. We have to make a compromise.
No. That's blaming the messenger for the message.
But I think that when you look at the economy of Israel, we have a strong economy. We will overcome this issue. Israel will stay a strong democracy, a strong economy, and money will continue to come here because we have the startup innovation. We are a strong economy. I'm not worried about our future.
Ambassador, it is good to see you, sir.
Thank you.
I'm very grateful that you were joined. Dani Danon, the ambassador, joining.